Hello, Fredlings. I'm Claude from Chicago. We are here for real people with real creativity in real time. Fredlings, never give up. And I won on you. And today we're back with another live stream here in lucky. Oh, wrong world. Planet Coaster History Adventure. Thank you so much, Zach, for coming. Or Meet the Millers. My bad. I was reading the wrong chat. I was actually looking at the wrong chat. Meet the Millers. Thank you so much for coming out to the live stream today. Today, we are going to be building Egypt here in our History Adventure Park. If you don't know what the History Adventure Park is, let's give you a brief rundown. It's like Epcot and Disney World, where each country has its own little place, and you kind of go around the world. Last episode, we just finished the United Kingdom going through the Industrial Revolution. So we got the nice, beautiful Industrial Revolution sort of style built over here. And now we are going to be building the pyramids. Now, people are going to be a little bit upset with me at some points here today because they have been misinformed their entire lives about how the pyramids actually would have looked. But we'll go in a little bit more depth as that a little bit later on. But obviously, this is the pyramid, so we're obviously going to have the pyramids of Giza. Will we have a sphinx? I do not know. But we're going to go through the history of it here today. But one thing we do have to do is we will have, this is going to be our first area that will actually incorporate a train station, just like Texas in the Alamo, and I believe Russia or China a little bit later on. So we do have to move this train station to be at least in the middle of this area. It doesn't have to be in the middle directly, but it does need to be in the middle. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to yeet some of this out of here and start working on a train station. So I'm going to delete these train stations here. And if I honestly could ideally place it right after this, this would be ideal. Enter left, exit left, enter left, exit right. I actually want it to be this way. So I'm going to place that in there. And I feel like this is actually going a lot easier than when I did the Alamo one with Liam on, I didn't do it on stream, but on Discord stream. It seems like this is going a lot easier than that was. And that angle is a little bit wacky. So we'll turn off the angle snap and we'll turn on the, oh, we can bank it? That's pretty cool that we can bank these things. I did not realize that. And we'll go like this. But what's been going on with you, Zach? Hope all is going well. I've been seeing some of the things that you've been doing over there. And it looks pretty cool. Alright, let's try to... I think this is probably what's been giving me the hardest beef, is trying to get this to go straight. Because this is a train track, for the record. You know what I should do? Is I should just take this station out here, right? And then we'll delete some of this here. And if I could press autocomplete, boom, that would look good. I just got to delete like 2 more of these because that's pretty straight there. And then autocomplete, and we get a nice, beautiful curve. Perfect. So let's talk about how this is going to work. So all of our stations should be enter left, exit right. And the reason why is when we do have a country being put in, like Egypt. This is not the Egypt one. Maybe I should just actually look at the Egypt one itself. You know, you're going to come to the back of the pyramid, come in here, and you're going to exit to the right and go straight into the pavilion. I don't know if I should move this over just a little bit more, because this is going to be a wall. So maybe I move it over just a tad bit more. Which I think I can actually easily do if I click on this and I press highlight the... I thought there was a way you can extend it, but that must be just with the roller coaster, I believe. Oops. Go back. Oops, 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 oops. Oopsies. Perfect. Alright. Maybe we can't based on the, how the game wants us to play this. It, like, I can kind of get it to... There we go. I think that will work. Does that snap to it? That does. I don't think the other one did. All right. So, and then we can come over here, and then we can delete a few of these end bits, just so that we have the... Oops, we gotta go back one more. I think this is a 4 train. I believe that our trains are 4 wide, 4 long. I could be wrong. I could 100% be wrong. And I forgot how many train stations we have. I think we only have 1 currently in operation, which is this one. How long is this? This one is only a 2-car length. Okay. That is a little bit ridiculous. There's no way. We need to have... How many was this on the tutorial? 4 or 2? Let's try to get back on this plate. This is where it was giving me issues. Yeah, 2 is too short. 2 is 100% too short. It needs to be like 4. There would be no point of me even making a train if it is... I know I haven't played this game in a very, very long time in terms of, like, doing some of these things, but I don't remember it being this difficult sometimes to edit the track, because I was just doing it like 30 seconds ago, and now it's not letting me edit the track. Station... No. You must close the ride before you can edit the track. Okay, that will save me a lot of stress. This is 4. Yeah, we want it to be 4. Now, I don't know if this is 4. I don't know if this is 4, but it looks like it could fit at least 3. Okay. Can I just change number of train car? Okay, 4. 15 miles an hour is probably fine. 2 trains is probably fine. And then we gotta test it because this is number of trains. No. Number of car. Ain't no way. Dude, why 2? 2 train. Wait, hold up. 2. You're telling me I cannot get a 3rd one on this? You know what? That train thing is probably something we could probably figure out a little later. But number of cars is 2? There's no way. 2 cars? I don't... You could put at least 3 in here. At least 3. Maybe that's the Alamo that's giving me the issue. But even with this here, it seems... I don't know. Alright, we'll figure that out later. We'll just run it on testing operation right now. And go from there. Zach, thank you so much for coming out to the live stream. So hyped for Egypt. Not sure how you're going to build a pyramid in this game. If you guys didn't know, Zach Daily Games actually was the one to suggest Egypt as a country a long time ago. We're finally going to be building it today. So, yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to build it yet, but there are pyramids in the game in terms of scenery pieces. If I just did, I think there is at least. If I just did this, I think this is how, I think that, you know, we should play one of these down. We're done with the pyramids, right, Zach? You know, boom, done. Done. Look at this, boom, done. Egypt, done. All right, so let me kind of walk you through how I kind of am envisioning this Egypt this Egypt country. Now, every country's not going to have their own main mega ride. I do believe Egypt should, because there is a lot of props and sceneries in it. But what are we going to do with that? I'm not entirely sure at this current moment, but we're working on the pyramid itself. But what I have in mind is Egypt is very focused on the Nile River, very dependent on the Nile River back in ancient times as well as today. So we're going to have a bunch of, like, nice cool things along the water here. Shops, boats, all that sort of thing along this river. Continuing on, Egypt was most of the Egyptians, obviously by the Mediterranean, that's pretty populated. Egypt's a very populated country now, but during ancient times, obviously water was a very reliant. If you did not know, the pyramid was actually built within, some sources say, within 100 yards of the Nile River. 100 yards away was the Pyramid of Giza on the plateau. Obviously, where Cairo is now, that where the city is, dried up all that water that was on that river. So now it is a city. So they're like pretty much built their city sort of like Mexico City in the pit of the lossless water. Now, we're going to go through and I'm going to tell you my ideas of the pyramids. If you were trying to conform to the norms of society, some of my ideas and some of my thoughts will not be accurate to the society norms. Okay, I've watched a lot of videos, and I watched a significant amount of content relating to the pyramids. And if you are any bit religious, which is up to you or not, that is your choice. It is not my choice. You will know there is some significant history behind the pyramids that we will go into. So, triggered or not, we are going to say it. But, so, the pyramids. One statistical fact, which is what I agree with, and what I do know is for true. How many sides are in a pyramid? Everyone comment. Are there 3 sides to a pyramid? Are there 4 sides to the pyramids of Giza specifically? The big 4, the pyramid of Giza. There's 3 pyramids on the 3 large pyramids on the pyramid of Giza. On the plateau of Giza. There's 3 of them. The 3 main ones and the 3 queen ones. How many sides are on the main? On one, there's one pyramid, the Pyramid of Giza. How many sides are on there? Is there 4? Is there 3? Or is there 8? On the Pyramid of Giza, I'll bring up a photo right now. If I could spell pyramid. Simon! I'm going to bring up the photo right now. Open in a new tab. And if you haven't guessed, we're going to go. I'm currently writing my project documentation. I am bored out of my mind. I beat the dragon for the first time. I beat the end dragon for the first time last night playing solo Minecraft. It was so hard. Let's go. Congratulations, Zach. The end dragon is like very hard, as you see. As you've seen from us playing it, as well as with us playing it, as well as me playing it. It is not an easy. It has never been easy to kill the Ender Dragon. But if you haven't known, the Pyramid of Giza. Simon says by the time you could finish the question, I could Google it 10 times. You should have said I could Google 8 times. The Pyramid of Giza actually has 8 sides to it. Now, you could only tell this that it has 8 sides 2 times a year, or if you get in a plane and you fly up in the air or a helicopter. Unfortunately, planes, helicopters, and drones are banned on a piece of the Giza Plateau. Conspiracy theory time. But I won't go in that whole Pyramid of Giza time right now. But this is the Pyramid of Giza. There's 8 sides to it. Actually, we have absolutely no idea or any documentation for the actual record that how we have built the pyramids were actually built, and I'm going to go into those theories a little bit later on. But what everybody does say is they started from the bottom and built up to the top. That is true. Now, one thing I do want to note. Here we go. The pyramids of Giza, as you see right here, this is a very controversial thing that is going on. But apparently, the pyramids of Giza are getting rebuilt. To one side of it is apparent. One side of one of the pyramids are apparently under construction, and they're trying to rebuild it to its natural limestone state. I personally don't have a beef with that. Considering there's so much documentation, it's not like they're destroying it, they're adding to it. I think it would be cool to see at least one side set up that way. But that's up to other people's debates. I don't know. It's not my country, so I don't have any choice or any say to it. Now, this is sort of what we're going to go off of. This is what the pyramid looks like now in modern times, with the white limestone block sitting on top of it. And this is what it was supposedly supposed to look like back in the day. Before we start building everything, I want to give you a little bit of context behind it. Now, the pyramid did have the white limestone blocks on the outside, but did it actually have a gold tip on the top is the real question. From what I have read online and from what I have seen online, the gold tip for the top of this would have been false. Now, Claude, that's not what everyone says. I don't know. We'll actually never know. We'll never know, for the record. But what has been true is the Pyramid of Gizas were the oldest pyramids ever built. The 3 most beautiful, largest pyramids were the oldest pyramids ever built, period. But every other pyramid after that, which there are thousands of pyramids, are built even worse, which kind of sounds a little bit of Among Us. But before I forget the capstone of these, all the pyramids in the pyramids of Giza and the Old Kingdom, all are actually, the capstones that they did find are actually solid black obsidian, not gold. Because if you put a gold thing on top of a white thing, it would be impossible to see the gold. So they put the black up there to dilute the eyes. Now, there are obelisks with gold on top of them, which has been true. But the pyramids themselves would have been made out of black obsidian. Now, let's start working on the build, and let's start getting this going. So, how are we going to start building the pyramids is a good question, Zach. I actually do not know, because this game, as you clearly know, is very iffy. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to find some sort of stone block. I would like to build it out of the white limestone, like true Egypt, like a true, like the true reference of what a pyramid would look like. But we got to find a large enough block of stone, and then we can build it. Now, we could do something like this, and just shove a bunch of these next to each other, but that is going to lag my game, and we won't get any we won't get any farther than the pyramids themselves. So we're gonna have to try to find some sort of additional stone object to do this. Now, let's get into some theory times, shall we? So the pyramids of Giza. Now, if you are, this poison dart block. This poison dart block, obviously has the holes in the side of it, but this is a nice, large block that it looks like stone, and it can be put up together. I think that is going to be a very good start. Now, I don't know if these things... Oh, it does shoot. This does define as a animatronics, so I don't want to use a million of those because that will also lag the game, even if it's off. Now, here are doors, which I also believe is animatronic, and that just doesn't look good. There's a lot of Aztec stuff, so we can build pyramids for Mexico quite easily, but for the pyramids of Giza, we're going to be in a little bit more of a struggle. So, as it says in all of the holy books. Thank you so much, Zach, for coming out to the stream, and good luck editing your video. Editing is both fun and tricky sometimes, as you know. I hope you have a great time editing your video, and we're gonna continue working on this. But if it says in all the holy books, revealed by all the prophets, in the Torah, in the Bible, and in the Quran, that God said that he destroyed the world to give us a clean slate as human beings, to relive away from the evils and the gods. And all the prophets asked God and asked him, you know, right, like, hey, you know, if these people are just re-sinning, they're just re-sinning, how's that going to happen? He's like, that's their choice, that's their own, you know, they'll you know, they're going to re-sin, you have to do, you can only worry about yourself, right? But he says that he says that the monuments of the past generations will never be deleted, and they will be not deleted, but, you know, never be destroyed, and they will be a reminder to the current people that, you know, worshiping the wrong gods or worshiping other gods other than God himself will, you know, have a testament so that they don't do that and end up, you know, in the hellfire for the rest of eternity. So, long story short, is the pyramids are dated to be 5,000, 6,000 years old, roughly, depending on which sources you look at. Modern Egypt would say that it is roughly that size, and those things. Now, the issue is there's no documentation for pyramids ever. There's no documentation of how they built the pyramids directly. Now, building a massive project like that, there would be documentation today. Now, you could say that they were on the scribes or whatever, but the pyramids are much older than what they actually appear. And the reason why I believe that is very true is the three largest pyramids on the pyramids of Giza, all three of them are the most well-built and well-maintained out of all of them. And you might think that's might be wrong, but they have documentation of the pyramids, not them how they built them, but the lineage of pyramids for how they were put together. All the newer pyramids are falling apart, and the older ones aren't. So wouldn't that make the pyramids of Giza the oldest? I would believe that it would, because the older pyramids are staying together, they're lasting longer, and the newer pyramids are falling apart, which Why wouldn't it be the opposite way around? Now, here we go into the theory. Here we go into the theory of why would the newer pyramids be smaller and falling apart quicker than the old pyramids? Well, if we are going off of the religious timeline, God says that he's going to destroy and remove all technologies that he's going to reset humanity. He's going to reset it to before the times, and people are going to have to relearn all the technologies. And he's going to leave only the monuments to remind people that, they worship other gods than him. They will be burning in hell for the rest of their life. Or eternity, not their life, the eternity, So, with that being said, we found a beautifully perfect temple stone slope. Here we go. Now, I don't know which slope I'm going to use. I think they're both. No, I actually picked the correct one, a 4x4. So with that being said, and with that being stated, the people that are building these pyramids that were built 5,000, 4,000, 3,000 years ago, 6,000, 7,000 years ago, the people that built those other pyramids were not... It's not like they didn't have the knowledge to build pyramids. They didn't have the knowledge to build them to the perfection and the timeline to build it and the tooling to build it as big as the pyramids of Giza, because that was left as a reminder to all of humanity. So the other people that built the pyramids built them after. They built them. We don't know how long the world has been here outside of well, we do know roughly scientifically, but we don't know exactly how long God allowed us to do the technologies. And I don't believe that we're at the same capacity of we're at. Now, I'm not trying to go all super religious here on this stream, but those are my thoughts, and that's what I believe is what happens. And I strongly 100% believe that it was not aliens that built the pyramids. It was definitely not aliens that built the pyramids. It was a former bit of human beings that made the pyramids. And as it says in all the religious books, God reset the earth and made the monuments stand so that we could relearn about, worshiping the wrong gods, all of that. Yo, what's going on, Rid? Thanks for coming out to the stream. So that is what I strongly believe, and I think that the pyramids were built by us human beings, but from way longer ago than 5,000 years ago. And now let me just go through we're not debating, we're not denying that humans couldn't have built the pyramids. That's the whole purpose of this. I'm not saying that an alien built the pyramids. Aliens did not build the pyramids. We humans built the pyramids, but longer ago than we thought. Now, I don't know how I'm going to get these curves going on this pyramid. I will say that. I don't know how I'm going to do that. How long is this? Is this 16? We should do an odd number. It should definitely be like 15. 15 by 15 by 15, 15 by 15. So I gotta find some sort of. I'm sure there's a piece, or there's an object here that will allow me to fill this gap in. Maybe I should do that first before I do the rest of them. I'm sure that there's a beautiful. And then we're gonna go into the in the depth of the precision of the pyramids. So the Great Pyramids of Giza were covered in these limestone casing blocks, and these limestone casing blocks, which you could tell in the middle pyramid, still exist at the top. And they couldn't remove them because people were stealing all these blocks to make, their own houses and their own monuments, their own temples years later, because these blocks were farmed from very far away, thousands of miles away, and somehow people just dragged them across sand or put them on to ships, which there's no documentation about. But apparently that's what the modern people believe. But I just need, one corner bit here? But even the parts on the inside of the pyramid, which we can see nowadays, but you couldn't see, when these were in its perfect stature. Even the interior blocks of the pyramids are at a perfect casing stones that you can't even put a credit card in between them. That's how perfectly laid they are. And the newer pyramids from the Old Kingdom and the New Kingdom, you can put your fingers in between the rocks. You can do them. That's why they're falling apart, because they couldn't figure out how to do it. They were not aliens. Once again, they were not aliens that built the pyramids. Where's the middle on this? I believe this is the middle. Okay. All right. Let's continue making the pyramids. Now, this might be a little bit tricky. Simon says, when will you stream News Tower demo? Maybe in a couple years. Perfect. Literally perfect. Would have to mute him due to the rule of prohibiting conspiracy theories. It's no conspiracy. He was telling the truth on the pyramids. Bruh, what happened here? Look at that. The old ancient builders would have screamed at me for this non-perfect alignment right there. Oh my gosh, it's off just enough. All right. Other thoughts, other ideas about the pyramids. Not specifically the pyramids, but the Sphinx. The Sphinx is the only very unique, large object ever created in Giza that depicts a figure as a a figure as a cat and a person. Now, the Sphinx is also made out of limestone, which was just dug out the ground. But what is very weird about the Sphinx is, which modern Scientologists do not agree with, is, well, if they do agree with you, you get banned from the plateau for the rest of your life. Or, sorry, if they do disagree with you, you get banned from the plateau for the rest of your entire life. So, the pyramid, or the Sphinx, the Sphinx, the Sphinx itself has wind and water erosion on the limestone bedrock behind. Not its butt, but the way it was cut out of the rock that is surrounding it. So the backside and the sides of it. And this wind and water erosion, it doesn't happen, within a few 5,000 years or 6,000 years, as they roughly guess for the Sphinx. It does not exist. It wouldn't happen that quickly. Water erosion like that, and wind erosion like what does see on the sides of the Sphinx, it would happen over 20, 30, 40, 50,000 years. So the Sphinx with the wind and water erosion is much older than perceived. Now, I don't know, why would modern scientists lie to us? Why would modern politicians lie to us? Why would anybody ever lie to anybody? Well, I think that the majority of Egyptologists genuinely do believe that the pyramids were built 6,000, 5,000 years ago, whatever their timeline is. I think they genuinely believe that, and I think they genuinely shouldn't be hated for it. But the few that do run the Egyptology, they have a financial benefit for keeping history the same because they have full control over the history. It also would prove a lot of their own theories wrong, which would make them lose credibility. It would make them lose, not only credibility, but financial contribution and political power. So there is a benefit to them not telling the entire truth. Now, you could say that's good or bad or whatever. That's up to you to decide. But just like in the real Egyptology, just like in real life, you placing, even me doing the pyramids in a video game, I am off by this much, which is going to throw the entire pyramid off. And just like the new Egyptians that built all the new, or the old kingdom and the new kingdom pyramids, I do not care that it is off just slightly. Do you think Egyptians built the pyramids? I do believe that the Egyptians built the pyramids. If you want to go through my whole theory earlier, Mr. Dark, I go through the entire thing. I do think the pyramids were built by the Egyptians, but a lot longer ago than they are told in modern times. And the reason that, and the evidence that I am giving for that, is if you are a Jew, if you are a Christian, or if you are a Muslim, in all three holy books, God says that he is going to wipe the face of the earth, and he is going to leave all the monuments to everyone that built any monument to other gods and anything that does not worship God himself will stand for the testament to the rest of humanity as a reminder that if you do not pray to the one true God, you will be burning in hell for the rest of eternity. So that is the reasoning why I believe it to be there, because of all the other said information I said earlier about the Sphinx, the newer pyramids. But we're going to keep going into other theories and that sort of stuff later on. Please don't get into this. The only reason the new pyramids are falling is due to bad angles causing faster deterioration due to more stress on the blocks. Correct, because the people that built the original pyramids, God gave them technology to build them properly, and they used that technology against him. Look at that. It's slightly off. Slightly off. But I believe that the pyramids were most likely built, if from my guesstimation timeline, I don't actually know when they were built, but they would have been at least built 20 to 30,000 years farther into the future. Or not in the future, in the past, my bad, in the past. Not in the future. Future wouldn't make any sense. We wouldn't even be playing this game right now. Even in a video game, I can't even build this perfect. Oh, I hope there's a capstone block. Oh, I don't know if there's a capstone block for this. The original people built the pyramids well due to the fact that they built a ton of failed pyramids that got built at just wrong angle. The newer different angle. The newer ones had different angles and attempted to make them cheaper. The first pyramids ever built were the pyramids of Giza. To perfection. We are not denying that the new Egyptians. We are not denying that the new Egyptians built pyramids. They clearly did build pyramids. The pharaohs did build pyramids. That is true. And those are the ones that are collapsing. We are not denying that. That is a fact. They did build their own pyramids. And they did build them cheaper. And they did build them with less knowledge. They don't have the knowledge. These were knowledge. This knowledge itself was trying to be replicated. I'm just trying to get rid of... I know I'm not going to get this to be exactly perfect. I never will be able to. But I'm trying to get rid of these, like, visible lines. I'm definitely going to try to get rid of those. Oh man, with my mouse falling apart, I need to... I'm going to write that down, buy mouse, before I forget. All right, I wrote it down. But why is this... There's like a line right there. The original people built pyramids due to the fact that they built a ton of pyramids and they fell. Newer ones had different angles and attempted to make them cheaper. No, it started with smaller experiments. They used dirt to mounds to slowly progress up the pyramids. They also period was dozer. If you're going off the modern understanding of the pyramids through the Egyptologists, you would be correct, but we are not going off of the modern Egyptologists. We're going off of what God revealed in the Torah, the Bible, and in the Quran. Oh no. Okay, so some of these are going to have some... What is going on with this? All right, so some of these are going to have like little slivers in there. Little slivers to be just slightly different. This is turning out pretty good, though, I will say. I gotta remove 2 on each, I believe it is. I think it's 2 I gotta remove on each one. And good thing I did do this at 15. I would have been screaming if I didn't do this at the right size. It's still not going to be a perfect pyramid. Oh, and to answer everyone's question on why I brought up earlier with the pyramids actually having 8 sides, the reason why they built 8 sides on it is to help the water run off the pyramid. And you would think a normal pyramid would do it that way, but it would run inconsistently into different areas. So building a water trough, sort of like what you would put a gutter on a house, that is the reasoning why they built the 8 like that. Now, clearly they had the keystone blocks on them, and which don't exist except for on the actual Pyramid of Giza. That, you know, it doesn't. You know, nowadays it doesn't do that. Now it doesn't really rain as much in Giza as it used to, because the water did run up directly like 100 yards within the pyramids, depending on which ones you look at. 100 yards, 200 yards. Yeah, no, aliens did not build the pyramids. The aliens did not build the pyramids, that is for sure. All right. Let's go over here. And let's bring this back a little bit. And then we got to get a couple more in here. Try to get this lined up correctly. And we'll put this here. I should probably save at some point. Probably should save now. Oh, you know what would probably be the best idea is to just take it from the opposite side and then bring it over. Sort of doing like what the new Egyptians built the pyramids. Coming up with shortcuts halfway up through the middle of in the process. All right. We are almost to the top. Almost to the top. Now, can I bring this over a little bit? Yeah, I can. All right, we could at least attempt to fix that one. Now, am I going to build more pyramids after this? There should be 3 of them, right? I don't know if I'm going to do all that, though. This took me a while to do in itself. Thank you so much, Simon, for coming out to the stream. Anyways, heading off, going to play News Tower. See ya. See ya, man. Thanks for coming out to the stream, brother. Alright, now, as I mentioned earlier, I am definitely a little concerned about how I'm going to if there's not a capstone, I don't know what I'm going to do. Now, obviously, as I was showing earlier, and from my understanding, there is a attempt to rebuild the pyramids like they're modern day on one surface of the pyramid. What are my thoughts about that? What are my understanding? I think I might have said it earlier. I could have been wrong, or I could have misspoke, or whatever. I don't remember exactly what I said, or I'm repeating myself. I know I'm definitely repeating myself, but if they are, which I believe that they are rebuilding it to one side, or attempts to, I don't care if they rebuild the pyramid for themselves. If it's not my country, it is not my history. So if anybody wants to rebuild the pyramids, if they want to rebuild it to exactly how they want to, that is completely up to them. All right. Now, what I need to find here, which I guess can technically be a little different. Watch, there's going to be like temple pieces that are on a plate. And I would be very upset about that. I need to figure out how I'm going to actually continue this pyramid triangle. The pyramid. It's not a triangle, it's a pyramid. How am I going to make the capstone? Because obviously the top is the most recognizable. It's the most... No, it looks like a pyramid. I mean, that's why they have it. I think I accidentally placed that down. And some of these blocks I don't understand. What is this? Ancient. Yeah, there's no like one piece. I think this might fit the large one. It does. And it will work. Well, it's going to have to work. And then we're going to go black. Well, Claude, the pyramid casing tip is not actually black. It's gold. The pyramids in Giza, the three main pyramids, the tips were never found. But the casing stones for the other pyramids that are in the Giza Plateau were found. And they were black. I feel like this would probably be a better angle, but we're not going to be able to get that. And the reason why they would be black and not gold is because the casing stones would be... You would not be able to even see the gold from the light shining on it. So what would be the point of doing that? Because the white limestone would be shining so bright, and from your angle as a person, you wouldn't even be able to see the top. So the black actually was there and done that way, so you can actually see the top of the pyramid. Alright, I also want this train to run through here just so I can figure out how many of these I have to delete. I think this is probably enough. And you can already see how off I was on at least the first one. But doesn't that look beautiful? Okay. Is this open to the public? No, it needs to run around at one time, and then it can be open to the public. Oh, and it actually comes out the side, so the steam kind of comes out. Perfect. All right. Now, what is our next goal for Egypt? Well, like I was saying earlier, I want this to be obviously, well, not obviously, because if it was obvious, I wouldn't even be saying it. But my plan for it is to have it be very sandy, and I want to have all the sort of monuments that do exist in Egypt here. I am going to create a sand dune or sand dunes to fill this in. I want this to be. I want there to be a little hole. So you're gonna go through the, go through it. All right. Now, do I change the path or do I keep it as this stone? This side is red. This one is this stone. There's not really a ton of them, so for now we are going to stick with this path. What is the obstruction? It doesn't make any sense how there is an obstruction. You know what the obstruction is you see that there is water running through this. So this is not flat anyways. And hopefully doing this is not going to remove the entire lake, which it probably will do if I get too close to the edge. So we got to make sure that we're keeping an eye on the lake, and we're also stopping to just keep that in check. All right, perfect. So, now that we got the main pathway running at the large size that I want it to be, we'll start running some other pathways off the side, but I do want to get this, the Egyptian, I want to get this sand dune sort of set up correctly. Now, it does not need to be this tall, but to get it to be path that way, you're going to have to make it that tall and then push them down. I don't want to put a wall here because you don't really see a lot of walls in Egypt, so I'm not going to put a wall. And then we're going to bring this on the side, like so. And do I connect this to here? I actually am not entirely sure. All right, next, we're going to grab our sand, and we're going to start painting in some sand. Now it's looking very Egypt. Boom. Now this is looking like Egypt. It looks like a lot of snow more than sand, but I'm going to paint that in. All right. Wow, this looks way cool now. This looks way cool now. Do I duplicate this and make all the pyramids of Giza? I probably don't duplicate and make all the pyramids of Giza. I could. Let's figure out what we're going to do first. So, let's look at some of the rides that we can build in this area. Some of the, the quote, cheaper rides. I call them cheap rides, but they're not really cheap. Well, the Genie's $2,000. Wouldn't that be cheap? The Genie is also a very long ride. I didn't realize how long this was. I don't want to... I don't want to put the Genie, like, per se, in front of the pyramid, because the pyramid is really, you know, the main thing. So I don't really want to put it there. So let's see what other rides we have. I could probably maybe put this in the back, maybe? I feel like the backdrop would be just such a disuse if we don't use it. Will people go on the Genie ride is the question as well. I don't know. And it is pretty far back. Maybe this can be the main ride of the area. How far can I push this into this? I guess I can push it all the way to there. But I want to leave it a little bit off. What's going on, Cripsa? How are you doing, nerd? Thanks for coming out to the stream. Now, how does it look in the inside? The inside, it actually does not look that bad. It looks very... We could put some doors there and make it look like a pathway, but it isn't. Now, if I ran this, turn this on, how close does this get to the wall? Oh, it goes sideways. Okay, so we need to pull this off. I'd never built this ride either before. Oh, you know what we could do? I could have people enter this ride. I could have people enter the ride via the inside of this pyramid. Because, it's inside. I might as well use that. Instead of having people, like making a route on the backside of this. Probably don't need it there. But if I deleted these, and I deleted this, and I deleted this. And I deleted this one, maybe? Or I could pull it in, It just stinks that I got it so close to this capstone, but that's like technically dead in the middle. So let's pull this off a little bit. It'll be a little bit off. But then we can get people like in here and get onto the ride. I'm doing fine, playing on the realm. Let's go. Well, we're building a pyramid right now. This person is going to be completely crushed. I want to hide this person because I didn't see that they were kind of glitching in there. I could also maybe move the train slightly back, but I think I'm just going to glitch the person in. Because the person running the train would be actually the train operator, not somebody on the side. They would be walking up and down, making sure that no one got hit. Okay. Next, let's figure out how. Let's get this pathway to go here. Now the path, I do want it to be the same size as this, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of editing, and we're gonna grab this, and we're just going to move that over. We're gonna take this, move this over. And is this floating off the ground? It slightly is. So we're going to take this and push this into the ground just a little bit. All right, perfect. Now we should make a exit for this. This is station 4. Let's go station main so that I don't accidentally click on that again. Station 1 so I don't click on that again. Station 12, which should be station Alamo. And then we'll do 56, which would be station Egypt. Place an entrance. Okay. So I want the entrance on this side so we can get on the train. And I want to place an exit on this side, opposite of it. And then we're going to get the paths all coming through here. Now, we should probably change the tile style. Sandstone. We'll do the sandstone one here. And I'm going to change the length of these as well, because this is going to give me a little bit of a heart attack. If I don't. So we'll place a exit here. We'll go off to the side. And then I hopefully can make this sort of go down at a nice angle. And what, do these have snakes on it? No, they have hooks on it. Which actually kind of looks cool. Oh, man. It's going to be one of these, it's gonna be one of these trickies. Yeah, it's gonna give me that pain in the neck. Because it's trying to connect. So it's technically flat, but it's trying to connect, and it's gonna be a pain in the neck, and all the Planet Coaster normal things we deal with. Alright, perfect. When I change my mind, we're going to do sandstone. I want these to be sandstone. You know what? Maybe the inside will be sandstone, the outside won't be. Actually supposed to get a new PC soon, so that's something. That's something major. Let's go. PC gang check. New PC check. That's going to be exciting. And I-5, 13,400 F slash RTX, 4,060. Not really bad for the flat, for $1,000 flat price. Now, that doesn't seem bad at all, actually. Oh, man, they don't have a sandstone pathway for this. Why would they not have a sandstone pathway for this? It doesn't surprise me that they don't, but little bit annoying. And I also got to get a Q pathway underneath this too, so this is going to be definitely a very challenging way to do this. So I guess we'll see how this turns out. Wow, that did that way too easy. I am not going to complain, though. Way too easy. Trying to get this as straight as possible as well. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Nobody plan a coaster. Do you want to connect your pathway up? No. Not right now. I do not want to connect it up right now. I appreciate you, though. I don't want to connect it up now. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I do not want to connect. I do not want to connect it up right now. You sure? No, I'm 100% sure I don't want to connect it up. At least right now. Thank you. This is as short as it goes? Huh. Okay. I'm also trying not to get rid of all these support pillars. Now, I feel like before I can like open this to the public, I feel like I have two options here. I have option number one. This is what I am concerned about, at least. Obviously, everyone's gonna be getting on the train here, and they're gonna be getting off here. Now, I want people to get onto this ride here as well, but I don't know where that path is going to be. And I don't know where the exit's going to be. So, I can funnel the exit out over here. It will remove the train supports, though. I could also funnel the exit out over here for the ride. But I don't want to put... I don't know if... before I start thinking about what I should do, can I even fit a ride in here? Is there like a little ride or something that I could shove inside of this? Probably is going to be tough to do. Probably will be tough to do, but we could probably shove something. And now it's looking very possible. We already have bumper cars. Also, in terms of the realm things in the built-to-plane, specifically an Airbus A350ULR. Hey, let's go. Oh, you know what we should probably do in here is like a Ferris wheel. It's not really Egyptian themed at all, but it is small enough to put in here. Oh, I forgot to let the YouTube. I forgot to. I always. I'm now forgetting to share the stream in Discord. I don't know why I'm doing that. That'd be pretty cool, Crips. You got to show us a photo when it's done. I don't really want there to be a massive food court though, because most of the food's going to be outside. Let me go back and get a photo because it's done. Getting this guy to be lined up is going to be pretty difficult to do. Because I don't know where the middle is. Because it's inside. You should always build the inside stuff last, or first. But I didn't do that in this case. And that is going to be glitching into the wall. So I hope everyone has a heart attack and dies because of that. I hope I don't have a carousel already. I'm going to send a photo in Discord. Perfect. I guess I am gonna have to delete this rock here. This is gonna be kind of like a farther exit. I'm gonna try to hook it up to this. I'm going to try to hook it up to that. It just stinks, man. I kind of wish the exit was the other way around now that I am doing this. But, you know, it's not going to be. So what are we, what is the game complaining about currently? Okay, that looks good. Let's look in Discord, shall we? What am I looking at? Just strawberries? What the? They expire tomorrow. That's what he's looking at. Alright. Ooh, let me pull this up on stream, shall we? Speaking of a strawberry, let me get a chocolate covered strawberry before they expire. Well, it is going to expire today. All right. Let's look at this Airbus. Look at what Cripsa made in the Yeet realm. Look at how beautiful this is. Absolutely beautiful. I don't even know how you guys do this in Minecraft. I don't understand this at all, but it looks absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to show my webcam for very long because I don't really want to be on the webcam today per se. But here is the chocolate covered strawberry that I got from Jewel, and I hope it's good. Let's take a bite out of it. Very healthy for you. It tastes like French fries. Because I put this in a box with French fries. And it tastes like French fries. Mmm. It's good. Perfect. Be honest with you, I literally cannot taste the chocolate at all. It's a very juicy strawberry. Very juicy. And this is not a very straight path. There might not even be a food court, because a food court's going to be outside, for the record, like I was saying earlier. So we might just ditch the food court. Cripsa says, oh, nice. Apparently the living room TV got set to Shrek Lamau. On God, good movie. What Shrek movie? Speaking of, why does this say incomplete? No, not the Alamo. Why would I want to click on the Alamo one? All right, here we go. And let's open up this ride too. And then let's open up this one too. All right. I know this is not Egypt themed, okay, but I wanted to put something in here. And then this too might not be the longest queue. We can't really put anything in here other than this. So, you know what? Speaking of, if I can't put anything else in there, I might as well use the pathway to, you know, put some, like, details in here and kind of utilize all this space. Like, I don't know if it's going to be that popular or not, but we can, you know, have a little bit longer of a queue. I do always love, especially that we have the priority passes, I definitely want to use a priority pass. Look at this shortcut that these guys are about to get. If it'll let me connect it here. We do got to give them a little bit of a pathway to queue, though, if there is a priority pass, no matter what. So we got to give them a little bit of a queue pathway. Boom. Look at that. If not very handicap accessible with that huge bar coming off on the side like that. I don't like that. But, you know, it's a video game, I guess. You're going to have to do what you got to do. And boom. Look at this shortcut you're going to just be able to jump. Now, we should start seeing people walk this way. And we should start also see... Wow, just putting this extra cut in that makes this look nasty. Yeah. I may... I know I said before I don't know. It just wouldn't look right. Cripsa says, first one, the best objectively. Yeah, Shrek, I have never had any beef with no Shrek. Shrek was always funny. Donkey. I never had no beef, no Shrek. That makes it look a lot nicer. And maybe I'll bring this... I don't know how tall people are. Oh, yeah, the people are as tall as the archer. I gotta remember that. So if people are as tall as the archer, we can maybe bring this down a little bit. I don't want it super low. But just filling this in is going to make it look a lot nicer. Oh, that looks a lot better. Now the backside, I'm not worried about at all. Should I put windows in the backside? I don't know, too. I want to turn the music off on all of these, and I want to turn up the Planet Coaster music so we can actually start hearing in-game music, because I feel like I keep listening to the same, just sounds. I don't even hear any music anymore. But let's see how this ride looks. You cannot see anything in this seat. But you can see the pyramid when you come by. But this seat is like the worst seat, whatever this is. You would want to be in, like, row 3. Even today, the prize off the series are good. The latest Puss in Boots movie was released not too long ago, and objectively a very good movie. I actually have not seen the Puss in Boots movie. I heard about it, but I have not seen it. So you said it was good. That is a very good sign, because I may go see it if it is good. Alright, I also want to make a couple other pyramids. Now, the pyramids of Giza, if you did not know, the middle pyramid is the second tallest, but it looks like it's the tallest, but it isn't the tallest because it was built on the high ground. And these ones in the back these ones in the back are definitely facade pieces. So I I should definitely make them smaller, and there shouldn't be like a whole wall behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like there shouldn't be like it should be like empty in the back. It should be empty in the back. Realistically. I don't know if I'm gonna do that right now, but it should be. So maybe on another stream we'll make the facade and the scaffolding to hold it up. But there should be at least one side or two sides. So I kind of want these people to on the ride. It's like this is like the main ride for Egypt. Like I said, not every country's gonna have their own main ride, but there should be some. Now, do I make them exactly the same? Why not? Why not? The middle one is the tallest, so it wouldn't make too much sense. I don't know. That looks good to me. Then we'll just add some sand and some hills and some obelisks and call it Egypt. Now I'm just curious, where are people going to? People are walking, Cripsa, for the record, all the way to the train station here when they could have got on the train here and just went around. Why are you guys going on the train station? You could have walked even back to leave for free. Maybe this isn't free. Maybe this station, or maybe this station is free. I don't know. Station costs $2. How much does the main station cost? Main station is temporarily closed. Place exit. Dude, what happened to my exit? I actually paid for the digital copy of the movie, and it was worth $20 for it. Actually, like, goes hard. Would recommend watching. If you spent $20 on it and you still recommend it only watching, yeah, I would. It can't be that bad of a movie. We do not want any half-capacity trains, because there's not that many trains on this line. But people are getting on this train, and the reason why they were getting on this one over the other one is because clearly these aren't getting to max capacity, maybe because there's party members that are trying to get on it. I don't know. But I do want them to get to max capacity if possible. And are people getting off the train is the question. Nobody got off on this train stop. No, a couple people did. One party did. Nobody got off, bruh. I mean, I guess you don't have to get off the train if you don't want to. I guess it's probably worth the $2 to go around the entirety of the map, wouldn't it? To just stay on and ride the whole thing, then just get off and leave. Oh, man, this place is freaking bumping, isn't it? And people are getting on this ride, too. All right, perfect. Man, this place is looking legit. I thought I turned the music off. Settings. Music, let's turn that bad boy up. The music doesn't come on as often as you think because the other sounds are kind of like stopping it from coming on. And how does this ride look now? With the other pyramids. Oh, man, doesn't this look cool? It does look good now. All right. let's continue and let's bring these hills. This is what I'm talking about with the how we kind of want to have this a facade because I don't think it needs to be this long. But I definitely got to add some sort of hills or something back here. And we're pretty close to this, so I might as well just kind of connect this up. I wasn't planning on doing that, but it is so close to this, we might as well. Puss in Boots movie. Alright. Don't like how that kind of came in like that. But that's from my original pushing weird. Grab the sand. And we're just going to fill this all in. Oh, man, this is looking good. They're looking really nice. They're looking really Egypt. And the only way you could see all three pyramids would be going to the Russia or China, right? Oh, man, this is looking good. All right. Save. So what is my other plan, my other ideas for this area? I said it a little bit earlier. And the sandstone, I'm just so unfortunate that it just doesn't want to come out, but I still will use it. I want to have... oh, you know what? These people could also exit... why don't I let these people exit this way, too? So they can come to the front of the pyramid. So, my idea, it's not like a food court thing, because Egypt doesn't have ancient, you know, I'm talking about, like, ancient Egypt. So, ancient Egypt would have the Nile River. Obviously, a lot of people are fishermen. Well, I mean, there were farmers, yes, but, I mean, there was a lot of farmers in ancient Egypt, too, but, I mean, fishermen. I'm looking for fishermen. That sort of thing. So, what we're going to do is we're going to put in, like, food items outside. Now, I think that is more a Planet Zoo thing than a Planet Coaster thing. I could be wrong, but I think that's probably right. I don't think there's any food vendors. They got vending machines, but no food vendors. What is eco... I have never... used this before. Oh, this is like the Ghostbuster thing. Okay. So what would you be eating in Egypt? Not chow mein, not a burrito, not a hamburger. Dune Delights. What is a Dune Delight? Oh, man. This looks Egyptian. Dune Delights. Sorry, audio broke. Also, apparently my mom saw someone on the side of the road moving a couch with a shopping cart. Actually kind of dumb, to be honest. Or kind of smart, though, because you didn't think about putting a shopping cart. Because you didn't think about putting a couch in a shopping cart, did you? Tiki Chiki. I still don't know what Tiki Chiki is. Is Tiki Chiki like Indian food? I've never used Tiki Chiki ever, but it's apparently one of the most popular things for these people. in the game. I don't know. But we're going to go with Dune Delights. And maybe we should make this like an outdoor food court thing. Because I want it kind of like the Nile River, like that fish vibing thing. But I also don't want it so far away from like the water, because you're not going to actually restock this via the water. You're not going to actually restock it via the water. So what we'll do is we'll put a Dune Delight here. And then we'll grab some water, because, you know, you got to have water. You got to have pop. You got to have some water. You got to have some pop. What about slushy? You think they would have slushies in Egypt? I don't know. Probably not. And then let's grab our path. And we'll make a little food court area out here. Oops, what happened? 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 Yeah, that's probably big enough for a little food court area, I would say. Now, before I completely forget, because I always forget, is we need to make ourselves a work roster. We're going to call this Egypt. Save work roster. Beautiful. Now, we got to go to our work members here. Click on these beautiful gents and girls. Neela. We need to make you Egypt worker. And then we're going to go click on Isaiah Clifford. And we'll make him Egypt worker. And then we got to click on Renzo Connors and call him Egypt worker. And then inside here, we click back on the Egypt roster and select all of this. And make them Egypt workers. And then we'll go over here. And we'll select 2 more people. At least 2 more people. Egypt. 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 Beautiful. And then what we'll do is we're going to make this like very combined. And I hope I could do this after putting this in here. We're going to go to the bathroom. Cripsa. Bathroom. Put one there. And then we're going to go to the staff room. I'm going to put one there. Now, is the pathway going to let me connect? Please, Planet Coaster Pathway, please let me connect to this. Please, please connect. Please let me connect. Please, it will not let me connect. Shucks. All right, well, that is not working. We need a bathroom. Maybe we'll build the bathrooms as its like own little section over here. There are people coming through this way. This is technically an exit, but it also isn't an exit, so it is like its own thing. But people are coming this way, so that is what we'll do. We do need like a little bit of a staff room and a bathroom and all that sort of stuff, first aid and those things. So let's make one of those over here, shall we? So let's get onto a build plate. We'll put this down over here, and then we will put down a rest room. And then we will put down a first aid next to the restroom. And we probably should be okay. Probably should be okay with just this amount. And we'll get back onto our sandstone. And I just hope that this will let me connect it like that. It will. Let's freaking go. To put that there. Let's freaking go. And then we'll go back to our work roster. Click on Egypt and select these and put that onto the work roster. Now, with that being said, we are going to need some additional people to work in this area. So let's go find ourselves a janitor, shall we? And drop a janitor down, and you could start working on the Egypt cleaning for us. He's going to probably path out the way and then come back. But we'll figure that out a little bit later. Speaking of, we're going to need some bins. We're going to need some places for these people to sit. We're going to need them to just a vibe. Just a vibe. This looks very Egyptian. This stone one looks also very Egyptian as well. So I'm going to put in a stone one here. Put a stone over here. And then let's look at our benches. We got an adventure bench here. Oh, very Egyptian. We'll place one here. We'll place a bench here. Place a bench here. Place a bench here. Place a bench here. Delete 2 of those because I don't like that placement there. Actually don't like some of these placements at all. Put one here. Put one here. Put one here. Put another bench here. Put another bench here. Put one bench here. Put one bench here. Picnic table. Actually, Claude, it's a picnic table. Okay, who asked you? Yeah, mate. Let's look up what colors did they have in Egypt? White, brown, and black. All right, then. What did I use over here? I used black ones. I'm still going to go with the gold, though. And let's find some benches. Actual benches this time. Adventure benches. We do not want anybody stopping on the bridge. Bridges are choke points. You don't want people stopping on the bridge to, you know, you don't want people staying on the bridge too long because they could fall and all that other stuff. So, and it's a choke point. Too many people on the bridge could, in theory, collapse it, right? It's not like it would, but, you know, in theory it could. So you don't want that as a possibility. Man, this Egypt one is turning out real nice. Now, I don't know what I'm going to cover up with these things. Preferably, I like to put it in a tent, because that's the vibe that we're going for. I also want to see where my staff member is for the Egyptian. I swear to God, Kenny is probably, like, in another country. He's in the United Kingdom. What are you doing? Thank you so much for coming out to the stream, Cripsa. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye! I'm going to make this a little taller. Man, this was supposed to be just the back area. This was supposed to be just the back area of the pyramids to never be seen. You know, like just this was supposed to be an exit. But now it is becoming a part of the entire project. So that's pretty freaking cool. There are people going on the carousel, though. That's cool. Not a lot of people are getting on this. The Magic Carpet Ride. I do want to know if people are getting off the train or getting on the train. So where are the trains? The trains are coming here. I'm sure they're going to eventually get off, but are they going to get off here or are they going to get off at the main entrance? I actually love how this has turned out with the... Okay, everyone's getting off on this one. There's 2 people left, so I'm sure that they're going to get on the other one. And I should probably have 4 trains right now, right? Considering there's, like, no, other stations. Hey, look at all the line. The line on the other one is massive. Hoist the colors of the old December. Alright, perfect. Loving how this is turning out, to be honest with you. Yeah. I don't know how I'm going to cover these up yet. So, I'm not going to force myself to do it. I'm going to think a little bit about it. A little bit off stream, I think I'm going to think about it. I'm going to turn this to testing mode. Everyone's going to get so mad. Everyone's going to leave the ride. But I think I need at least 4 trains on this bad boy and turn it back on. Are people going to stay on the ride or are they all leaving? They all left. Man, just to add 2 more trains on the track. I guess it would make sense that you would have to kick everyone off. Are they going to get back on? I think I'm going to need another person to clean up. Some people are getting back on. I don't know which one's going to be the thumbnail, but I got to update one of these thumbnails later. So, I think this is probably a really good point to end today before I burn myself out of this game, because I usually burn myself out real quickly. I want to give a special thank you to Zach Daily Games, Caripsa, Simon, and Meet the Millers for coming out to this live stream. I greatly appreciate every single one of you for coming on out. And I don't know when the next Planet Coaster stream will be. Tomorrow I gotta do something downtown. So maybe Monday? I don't know. But thank you so much for everyone that for coming on out. I want to give a special thank you to the Patreons for making these videos and live streams even possible, because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this. And our place is coming together very well. I got to figure out maybe 1 or 2 more rides here for Egypt. Same thing with Palestine. Palestine probably won't have a mega ride. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. But just sort of filling this area out. I think the Egypt will be working on it, though, for like 2 or 3 more streams. At least 2 or 3 more streams. Got to figure out how we're going to make this sort of Nile River-esque. So, thank you so much for watching. I'm Claude for Chicago. And remember, a real friendly makes their own luck. Bye!